Hello everyone, I'm Trey.
And I'm Chris.
And this is a anime discussion about a movie we just saw called Spirited Away. Well, first of all, the story starts with a family, a little girl named Chihiro, and her mom and dad are driving, moving to a new location, and they come across what the dad thinks is an abandoned theme park that died out. Well, they go to investigate, and they come across a castle-like abandoned theme park village in which they smell food. And this is the thing. How about that logic of the food?
Well, I wouldn't understand why they go exactly. This movie has a lot of weird things that you kind of go like, why would this happen? I mean, granted, it's an anime; it's not supposed to be realistic. But then again, it's like these people think behind logical thought just to put them in the correct position to make the movie, and I just didn't. It felt too staged even for an anime. It was just like they went into this village and there was no one there. They're like, yeah, it's abandoned. Looks like it's been abandoned for a long time. And they go inside this village, and then they smell food, and they're like, automatically they just want to go eat the food. They're like, oh my god, let's go eat food.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, for all you know, it could be poison food that like a hobo would rape you for your change.
Yeah.
And it's just.
Well, aside from I did think that was a small plot stunt, but giving it credit, setting that up, how did you think as the film went along, as Chihiro started to fall into the fantasy world with the spirits?
Yeah, it was kind of a, I don't know, it kind of reminded me of Alice in Wonderland. That was kind of the American influence, or I don't know which one, American influence.
Japanese influence,
Yeah.
an adaptation, in a way.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. It reminded me a lot of that. Movie was weird. We wrote down a few points about it. It's about Miyazaki's really into the spirits, and that's what the whole his Princess Mononoke and also the movies. A lot of them deal with a lot of spirits and stuff. And this follows the same formula. It's about she goes to the bathhouse of gods, and she has to get a job there, or she'll get kicked out or eaten, something weird like that.
Her parents are turned into pigs when they eat this food. It does represent a lot about greed. It also shows values about friendship, the basic things you're going to get. It is rated PG. However, there are some scenes. Well, they do a lot about. There's a lot of sludge in this movie.
My God.
It's hard to explain. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about.
It's
okay. Explain it then.
I mean, it's just a bunch of shit.
No. Well, it is a bunch of shit initially. Like it's literal shit.
For PG, they really stretch like the gross factor because there's a spirit that's like stinky, nasty, and it's a gross scene. You don't eat when you're watching it because you're just gonna.
There are some things in this anime, and there's blood and things.
There's a lot of blood, but who cares? But
notice who's the bad guy in this anime? I mean, think about it. There's so many questionable characters.
Yeah, they also have a lot of plot holes that they like say that one person's evil, like watch out for him, but he turns out to be completely innocent and like really helpful. Boiler Man. If someone's like, don't trust a Boiler Man.
Haku told Chihiro to watch out for the Boiler Man.
Haku's the main hero for the chick.
He tells Haku tells Chihiro to watch out for this Boiler Man, that the Boiler Man will trick and deceive you, yet the Boiler Man instantly accepts Chihiro with open arms. So I don't really know, but as for visual, it's extremely pleasing.
Yeah,
I really liked, as you mentioned about the hand-drawn animation.
Yeah, it's like
you told me that earlier.
It was more like, instead of being like modern anime, I don't know, you reviewed Fullmetal
Fullmetal Planet, for instance, had the shiny computer look.
It's computer realistic, but the Miyazaki looked like he spent a lot of time in animation. It was hand-drawn, real pretty, and like he put a lot of work in all the characters, and even though it was weird. A lot of weird characters, but really nice designs, really well made,
very unique. That's another thing. Even a lot of the side characters you only see did have their own face and personality.
Yeah,
he did put a lot of time into this.
He put a lot of depth in all the characters, and even the smallest people that they still had depth to. It wasn't just like some bystander. It felt like the whole work as a whole was a really great masterpiece, but.
And the musical score as well.
Music was really great. Classic. Good. Very well done.
How are your thoughts about the wrap up, the ending?
We can't reveal the ending.
We can't reveal the ending, but
overall, it's unsatisfying, especially the end. A lot.
You felt so? You thought so? I didn't think so. You think so? Maybe.
Well, it's more like.
It wasn't like surprise.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, once again, the one thing about this movie you got to watch out for is it was really. It was really just not. I don't know. It wasn't down to earth, but I mean like
no.
but like not you know, once again, fantasy not supposed to be down to
I
earth,
see what
but
you
down to
mean, though.
earth from anime norms. It was really out there,
I
and
see
a
what
lot
you
of
mean about
people
the ending.
a lot of people would portray it as nonsensical and
Mhm.
like just doesn't make sense, and so a lot of people would say it as, you know, it's art, you know,
Mhm.
but you know,
But-
it's art to whoever. Art is whatever someone perceives. So I
Mhm.
guess they could. I just didn't perceive it as very much art in it.
With such a magical story, the ending was kind of like, well, that's what I thought was going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
We
whole
can agree on
movie
that.
you were expecting something you didn't think would happen, and then the ending is just kind of, you know, what you would expect to happen.
Well,
It was cliche. That's how you put it.
Well, so any final thoughts about the Spirited Away?
I mean, I always thought that about 7.5 would be a good rating.
I think
for
a
it.
7.5 would be quite appropriate.
I mean, once again, you know, a lot of people get freak out about this, and you know, they say it's great. It's to each their own. You know, it's not my style, but I mean, it was a great movie.
I did like the film.
Yeah, it was good, but just some
Mhm.
elements it detracted more from the
Mhm.
pure quality of it. And
So
it
I would
just,
say it's more of a like, not love kind of movie.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
and
Hmm.
good
Well,
movie though, great.
Fine film. Well, this has been Trey Sessler / Mr. Anime,
Chris.
and I'll see you next time.